Oh shit, I'm still on mute. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Raider Critique. We are here for your pregame episode, Week 5, against the Green Bay Packers at Allegiant Stadium on Monday night at 7:15. And all of my brothers are here to pretty much break down this game with me. Please, everybody, welcome my co-hosts, Raider Earn and Raiders World Order, Apakasi and Aunt Six.
What's up? What's up? Thanks for having me on Critique, Westside. Appreciate it.
For sure.
Yes, sir. Good morning, gentlemen. How are y'all?
Good, dog. Another day, dog. Ready for this game on Monday.
Yeah, good. Myself, pretty good myself. But rocking that 2-4 jersey. Big shout out to my boy Charles Woodson. Happy Raider birthday. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, for sure. Happy birthday, Wood.
See Wood.
It is a happy birthday to Charles Woodson and his whiskey. I think, he's probably making some pretty good money nowadays, even though he's not in the game anymore. But
that was with an autograph card.
Well, he said it best in his remember his final farewell speech when he said, "Although I might have retired, I will never leave you," and he never did. Forever,
right.
Forever a Raider.
So, what I want to go over is the stats today, y'all. And I'm going to give everybody the opportunity to pretty much see what we got going on. I got team stats, and I've got the injury.
We have something going on? The Raiders have anything going on at all? We have something going on? That's news to me.
Do we have anything going on, man? Yeah, well, from what we've got going on, from what I can tell, it doesn't look good. As a matter of fact, when we go over here and look at the team stats, we've got Jordan Love at a 56.1%. He's thrown for 901 yards, 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That doesn't bode well for a team that doesn't get very many picks. Their leading rusher is Dillon with 44 attempts at 118 yards, and their highest receiver is, Daubs? 20 receptions for 224, and then Jay Reed's under him with 12 for 203.
How many touchdowns does Dobbs have? He's their number one. 3? That's it?
3. That's it. Now, we go over here to the Raiders, bro. Jimmy Garoppolo has a 68.1% completion percentage for 709 yards, 5 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Oh, God.
Our leading rusher is Josh Jacobs at 62 attempts for 166 yards with only 1 touchdown.
That's not good.
And Devontae Adams, 33 receptions, 397, 3 touchdowns. Jacoby Myers, 18 receptions, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Monte's doing his thing.
Why does it seem like Devontae and Jacoby have more touchdowns than they actually do?
Maybe it's because they're targeted all the time.
All the time. That's the only place the ball ever goes, bro. Have we heard 13 called like more than once in a game? 13 or who's the tight end there?
How many receptions? Like 4, maybe.
It's crazy. $13 million you pay this man a year.
Yeah.
And he's starting to run disinterested because they're just not targeting him. You know what I mean? Like it's like why am I even running this route? I'm not going to throw me the ball.
How long can you expect somebody to run routes 100%? How long can you expect somebody to run a route 100% when they're never getting the ball?
Right.
Not only that, but I mean, you pay him this outrageous amount of money, and he's not even up here in the boards. You feel me? Like, where is Hunter Renfrow, especially with the money that we gave him to come in here and be like one of the highest paid slot receivers in the game?
I think he's got like 4 or 5 reception on just as many targets. I don't think he's dropped the ball. It's just that they're not even looking at him.
Yeah.
Whoever is at quarterback. Not even looking.
Why does it seem like when Josh McDaniels and this Patriots offense came over, we thought that they were going to utilize the slot receiver and the tight end because that's what they do. That's what they did in New England. That's what made them successful. But they completely abandoned everything that made them successful in New England and went the exact opposite. Instead of going to the slot, you completely abandon the slot and you go into your outsides, and your tight end is basically another blocker. I don't understand what's going on. They went away from everything that made them successful before to come over here and just – I don't get it.
Remember all that talk about the dual tight end sets that we were going to run right when we brought this new regime in? How many times have you seen that? Huh.
None.
I can't think of more than 3 or 4 times, if that.
And on paper, last season we had one of the better tight ends in the league.
Top 3 tight end in the league, dude. Top 3 tight end in the league. Now he couldn't stay healthy, but he was still a top 3 tight end in the league and definitely worth a whole hell of a lot more than a 3rd round pick.
No, but the combination of him and Foster Moreau, you know what I mean? Like that's one of the
better exactly
on paper before the season started. That was one of the better tight end cores in the league. Granted, it didn't pan out. Once again, how much did we hear about people talking about these dual tight end sets and how many? Where the fuck is it? You know what I mean? Like how many times have you seen it?
Absolutely. Do we still have Austin Hooper?
Yeah.
He's there, but dude, we don't target him. We don't throw him the ball. We expect him to block. Now, if you look at total yards,
pretty much Duval, the cheesehead.
Yeah.
Duval, D Menace, Hammond.
What's going on, y'all? But
no, there's a cheesehead in here. He's saying,
who heavy?
Y'all.
No, he says he's rooting for us against the Cheeseheads.
My fault. I read it too fast. All I saw was cheesehead.
Oh, Duval rooting for y'all against the Cheeseheads. Okay, well, I appreciate
that. He's a Jaguar fan.
Jaguar fan. Hey, man, you guys are doing pretty damn well this year. It must be nice to have a quarterback you can rely on. Because we sure don't.
We did have a quarterback we could rely on until they came in and fucking ruined him.
So anyway, Green Bay has got 1,199 yards compared to our 1,208. It's pretty much perpendicular. Passing yards, pretty much the same. Green Bay at 825, Las Vegas at 866. Rushing yards, 298 to our 261. We're both averaging 5 yards per play, but the points scored. Look at this fucking difference, dude. 100 to 62. Fumbles lost. The Raiders have lost 3 compared to Green Bay's big goose egg where they're not losing any fumbles. Interceptions, glaring issue. Our 7 compared to their 3. We've allowed 11 sacks compared to their 8. Our 3rd down efficiency is 30% compared to their 42%, and they're beating us in time of possession by over a minute. They also have more penalties. Total yards allowed, they've allowed more. You know what I mean? But passing yards allowed, we've allowed more. Rushing yards allowed, they've allowed more. I mean, it's pretty much perpendicular. This should be a goddamn great game.
There's no statistical category where we are better.
No, there isn't. Points allowed. I guess that's not good. We're better at them at that. We allow more points than they do.
You would think that they have the $100 million offense, and we don't.
Real talk.
And I saw the names that you brought up before. Like none of those names, like they're not like household names like the guys we got on our roster. You know, but yeah, to be seen.
My bad, y'all. My bad. Somebody's trying to call me right now.
Who's that? Your lady friend?
No, it was just my cousin. He's trying to call me, but I just ignored the call. My bad.
Fair enough.
Well, I want to get your opinion on these stats that we're looking at over here, dude.
I mean, the thing that pisses me off more than anything is $102 million that we're spending on this offense, and they can't even produce 15 points a game, which is freaking embarrassing more than anything. And I don't understand how people are making excuses for Josh McDaniels. It all starts with our head coach, and it finishes with our head coach. Especially when people are saying that, oh, he didn't hire this offensive defensive coordinator. You know what I mean? He has to work with these people, which clearly they don't know. And I don't know where they got their master's degree from or they get their knowledge from. They're freaking morons and shit. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, this is all on Josh McDaniels. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he's the head coach. You know what I mean? He calls the plays, and at the end of the day, this offense is not producing. It all comes down on him. Point blank, period.
And then 3rd down efficiency, dude. Allowed 3rd down efficiency. We are allowing 3rd down conversions 43% of the time compared to their 33%. Now, there are some glaring names on the injury report that I definitely want to go over. And I don't know if anybody has seen this, but fucking Devontae is on there. And that doesn't bode well. He's got a shoulder injury. Let me go ahead and bring that up right now.
Just while you're bringing that up, Critique, one interesting stat that I was talking to you about before is that Green Bay are fourth with what percentage do they run blitz plays on defense? They run at 40%. And their sack count is, like I was saying to you before, that their D linemen, every single one of them have got at least 2 or 2.5 sacks. So that's going to be a real test for our offensive line. Anyway.
An offensive line, by the way, who really honestly has been showing that they are more of matadors than NFL offensive line material. I'll be honest, bro.
Right, Ben.
I heard that one.
What up, Ben?
It's cracking, Ben.
So we got Devontae Adams with a shoulder injury. He did not participate yesterday or the day before. There's nothing about today. I'm pretty sure everybody's getting rest today, right? They're all resting today.
I have to believe that Devontae's going to play in this game, bro. I just don't see him missing this one.
Yeah.
Right. This is his first meeting with the Packers since being traded to the Raiders. So I honestly would think that he would want to play this game.
Oh, he's going to play.
Unless his his arm's about to fall off or something. That's the only way I could see him missing this game.
Yeah, and they're going to feed him the ball this game too.
Well, see, that's what I'd be thinking too, right? Is that he's going to probably want the ball. He's going to want at least 20 touches, but with a shoulder injury.
Yeah,
that's a lot of touches.
I mean, his heart's going to tell him he wants that, but his body, I don't know, man. Like if he's hurt, like.
I don't know if I want to give him the ball
long run, not the short run, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we got Jacorian Bennett on there. We got Max Crosby on there. It's limited participation. Jimmy Garoppolo finally did pass concussion protocol. He will be in the game on Monday. So he will be there this week.
Hey, guess what, you guys? We get to see a friend. We get to see an old friend this week.
Yeah.
Russell Douglas, the guy that we let go. Both two of them.
Russell Douglas.
And then on the other side, guarding Devontae is going to be Jair Alexander. He's not no punt. Not saying that, I mean, I know Devontae is the best receiver in the league, but Jair Alexander ain't no punt. And if you misthrow that ball, if you're off with your targeting, bro, he can go ahead and grab that shit. So this should be interesting.
He's still limited. He's still listed as limited. Sorry,
he's still listed as limited.
He's questionable
as of yesterday. They have Zane Anderson, a safety. He's doesn't look like he's going to play with a hamstring injury. Devondre Campbell doesn't look like he's going to be playing with an ankle injury. That's a linebacker. Their other safety, Rudy Ford, he's got an oblique injury. He had limited participation on Friday. Elgton Jenkins, guard tackle, limited participation. Aaron Jones, who I actually traded for and got him on my fantasy league. He's limited participation. I'll be starting him against this defense. Obvious reasons why. Luke Musgrave, tight end, full participation. John Runyon, guard, limited participation. Their cornerback, Eric Stokes, limited participation with a foot injury. Dude, this is a winnable game. These aren't really big-name players that they've got on here, but this should really hurt their depth. You would think, right?
Like a quarter of their fucking team is on the fucking some way on the injured list.
Especially the offensive.
A lot of defense.
Can you see Redder Ben's comment? He's saying that Josh McDaniels just went live, and he's saying Hobbs isn't expected to practice today, but won't rule out.
Oh wow!
He probably not. There's a good chance he won't play again.
Oh my fuck!
And salute Toby Chile and Seabass.
Devontae ain't missing that game. I don't care. Devontae's not missing that game for nothing.
No, Devontae.
Toby, what's going on, Razor? Raider Ben, my brother, how are you?
What up, Ben?
Dude, Seabass, good to see you, bro.
Seabass, my guy.
What up, brother?
What's up, Chile? I haven't seen you for a while. Where you been at, bro?
Pizzle, what's up, brother? Al's Ghost. Is
Fizzle,
Ozzy's in here? What's going on?
I'm not
Ozzy?
Aussie. He's calling me Aussie. I'm not Aussie. I'm Afghan.
Oh no, that's not Aussie.
No,
No, that's not Aussie.
we're both Australian, but I'm Afghazi and he's Aussie or Port Adelaide Raider, as he likes to call himself. So, we're different.
Same country, two totally different aspects and looks on this team. One is completely full of shit, while the other one is pretty much on point. So,
Hey, I'm glad you said it, and I didn't have to. All I gotta do is just sit back and agree.
I mean, I'm sorry, bro.
They just say one of their heads is up somebody's ass and Dustin's ass, but
I've never seen so much dick
They're a
sucking going
perfect
on with
match.
Josh McDaniels in all of my life, and I'm just glad that doesn't happen over here. I mean, let's just be honest. Fucking the reason why all four of us are together is because we all get each other, because we logically think about this shit before we come on camera and start spewing off at the mouth. And and we also don't sit there and run our mouths for 4 hours bouncing side to side
You're
on
not speaking off
subject.
emotion.
And I mean, I love all of the Raiders content providers out there. Don't get me wrong, but just some of y'all get steered in the wrong direction, and you push a fucking narrative that's just illogical, irresponsible, and unrealistic.
Steered
just-
like Zamir, Sincere, Amir, rushing for 1,600 yards this year.
1,600 yards.
Take it in the ear, acting queer. Oh dear.
End of the year.
Look, not trying to throw no shade, man, but I'm just saying.
we're throwing shade. Fuck that motherfucker.
I'm gonna stop sharing this screen because we really already know. Raphael, what's going on? We all really already know that this game is winnable for us, but we have to literally fire on all cylinders. And if Nate Hobbs isn't gonna play, bro, not having Nate Hobbs last week hurt, because they ate up the middle. Ate up the middle, man. And that was the shit that was shit that we have not been able to fix, shutting down the middle of the field in such a long time.
You know what?
Nate
This year, the defensive line looks a lot better defending the interior run. I will give them that. Our tackles look a lot better at defending that run up the middle. Now, the run out the side, around the edge is a different story.
Man, I thought before that they looked pretty bad.
The
The interior guys
started
very
noticing the
underwhelming.
last couple of weeks. I was like, they're looking pretty good in the middle. But you might
Like
be
Jenkins looked good last week, and Nesta Silvera made an impact, so to say. But I think the most impressive part of the defense, if we're going to be positive, is the linebacker core and that middle. You know what I mean? Like including Nate Hobbs, you could even throw him in there as that nickel slash, because he's been playing a lot of box. I mean, everybody was talking about how it was going to be Polamalu or one of our safeties, but it's actually been Nate Hobbs who was playing that reasonably well before he got hurt. But Divine Diablo and Robert Spillane have been right. See that?
Divine Diablo looks like night and day from last year.
Oh yeah, he does. And I spoke of it how many times about these guys needing a third year leap, like Nate Hobbs. Friggin' oh god, I've got Sincere on the brain now. Nate Hobbs, Divine Diablo, Trayvon Morrig, all of which have been playing pleasantly good.
Gord.
Yeah.
The biggest surprise on the whole defense for me is I had no confidence in Robert Spillane. What I'm seeing, I mean, I'm not seeing Denzel Perryman or nothing out there, Patrick Willis, but I'm seeing he's at least disrupting the play. Now he doesn't always make the tackle, but he knocks the fucking running back off of his line of progression. You know what I'm saying? And allows somebody else to make the tackle. I wish he would make the tackle initially. Yeah, exactly. He can make the hit, but he can't wrap it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he got a gang of kids somewhere because he can't wrap it up. You feel me?
Well, I would like to see a little bit more execution this game. I don't want to see us going out on third down as much as we did last game. I don't want to see anybody like Khalil Mack getting 6 sacks and penetrating our offensive line. Pretty much just raping our offensive line, because that's what Khalil Mack did. Jermaine Illuminor, Colton Miller, it didn't matter what side he was on. And then you got Josh McDaniels out here lying to us, saying that he was double teaming him. And PFF came out there and called his ass out, bro. 3% of plays last week, they doubled Khalil Mack, who ended up getting 6
talking about they did everything. They chipped him. They hit him in the ribs. No, you didn't. You lying. You a liar.
A liar. Straight up lying to us. Ain't no different than mainstream media lying on our name for the past 40 years.
Just
bro.
Just like Dustin likes about his master's degree and his $1 million corporation. Same boat. All these lies.
Dustin has a master's degree?
Supposedly.
What? Taking it in the ass? I'm sorry. We're not supposed to be over here bashing other people and shit. I'm sorry, my man. I'm sorry.
I can earn.
It's like when you have to fart hella bad and then somebody punch you in the stomach and it just goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Raphael kind of hits it right on the head, dude. We got great talent. I think any of us who, if we were actually able to coach and even possibly get in here, I think we'd do a much better job than what these guys have done. I mean, we do have the worst coaching. I mean, I can agree with that. I mean, there's teams out there that are worse records. You know what I mean? But they can maximize their talent more than we can. Dude, we were a playoff team.
Yeah.
Right. And all we've done is regress since then. I mean, for me, like in my time as a Raider fan, I haven't seen this bad of a coaching since the days of Dennis Allen. And at least Dennis Allen had an excuse. We had no money for free agency. We had no draft capital. We were a team trying to make he was in charge of trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. There is no excuse for this team to be underperforming and not winning games when we've got a lot of talent on paper, both this year and last year, and we're just not putting it together.
Yeah, exactly. And the O-line seems like they took 30 steps back. They're in the system for the second year in a row. Aren't they supposed to be getting better? And I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record because I say this all the time, but the offensive line has completely regressed. We were supposedly a top 10 offensive line last year. Bullshit, dude. This fucking offensive line is terrible.
You know the vibe I get from this coaching staff? I don't feel like they're coaching the players. Like when the players messed up, when they have a mistake, you're supposed to coach them, right? They're not coaching them as much as they're like scrutinizing them. They're more pointing out the negatives and yelling at them about their negatives rather than trying to coach up their positives. That's just the vibe that I get. And then looking at Josh's demeanor, the way he was the way Josh McDaniels was handling Aiden O'Connell, that told me a whole lot.
No,
he's yelling at him in his first fucking start, bro.
And
come on, bro.
And he threw him under the bus.
For real.
How are you going to do that with your own draft pick? A dude that you put in the game that you had faith in, because if you didn't have faith in him, you wouldn't have fucking drafted him.
That.
You know what I'm saying? But then you're going to throw him under the bus?
Not even that. The worst part about it, during the week, he didn't even get the first starter rep. It was Brian Hoyer. Fucking O'Connor was getting second team reps and shit. And then you throw him in there during the game and shit. And then you throw him under the bus and shit. I would have been, that's my fault as a head coach. I should have got him prepared better. But no, he's like, no, he's a rookie. He was holding on to the ball too much. The first thing about being a quarterback, you got to protect the ball. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Really, dude? Really?
That falls on the coaching and the play calling. If you know that they have a dominant pass rush, you need to call plays that fucking get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker. He shouldn't be back there in a position where he has to fucking hold the ball and wait for the routes to develop. That's on coaching.
No, fact. And the thing is, too, when we had John Gruden, and the first time we faced Khalil Mack when he was on the Bears, we ran at him the whole fucking game and shit. And Khalil Mack had no stats against us that game. We wore him out. And yet, this dumbass wants to be throwing the ball against him. Like, what the fuck are you doing, you moron? It's just, I'm tired of everybody trying to make excuses and shit for Josh McDaniels when clearly he's not the offensive-minded guru that everybody thinks he is, dude. He clearly is not. This offense is only averaging 15 points a game. You remember? You want to know the last time that we had a team average fucking less than 15 points a game? It was in 2009, guys, when we had Jamarcus Russell, Darius Hayward-Bay, Michael Bush, Lewis Murphy, Chad Shillings, and Zach Miller, dog.
Johnny Lee
And we have
Higgins.
way more talent now than we had.
We had weapons. We had weapons on
What?
that team, bro, except for the quarterback.
But I'm just saying, though, bro. Just compare. I'm just saying that it's not in day and shit, dude. Not in day and shit. But yet, that offense only averaged 12 points, and this one's only averaging a field goal more, dog. And look at the talent, bro. We have one of the best wide receivers in all NFL history. We have the leading NFL rusher from last season and shit. You know what I mean? And this is what we're putting up. It's fucking embarrassing, guys. It's really fucking embarrassing. But some guys want to blame everybody but Josh McDaniels. He's the coach, point blank, period. Everybody needs to quit sucking the dick. Talking to you, Justin.
Hey, and who handpicked all of his coordinators?
He did.
Handpicked all of his coaches. And
He
he
did.
handpicked all of his
These are
players.
his-
He said that he needed his own guys in here to make this shit work.
He did.
And just to
That's
what
right.
you were saying on Six, like, I mean, when you look back at that team, I mean, yeah, Lewis Murphy was okay for a minute. Darius Hayward-Bay struggled in that rookie year. And all those
Michael
other guys, I
Wilson
mean, they were just a
Madden,
bunch of like ragtag kind of guys. But like this, like when you compare it to like the likes of Devontae,
Yeah.
and you know, McFadden, that was his rookie, that was his second year as well. So, you know, he was still developing, but he showed some things. But anyways, when you compare that team on paper to our team on paper, like it's night and day. To your point, you know what I mean? Like, there's no reason why we should be back in the Stone Age in terms of offensive performance if we could just be efficient. But just with Raider 07's question there, because I've seen a few people suggest that why not put Tyree at defensive tackle? I don't know, man. He seems more like a lengthy kind of guy. Like, I mean, is he a power guy that can play that defensive tackle position? I don't know.
Well, we saw him destroy a fucking offensive tackle for the Cowboys, but that was preseason. But we saw him like just completely dominate one, and I've seen him do it a couple times during the season. It's just I don't know when you put him in there with them guards and center when you're going to get double teamed because the guard and center are going to get you if you dominate.
I'll say he also needs to put his head on a swivel, bro, because I saw his ass get lit up by Keenan Allen and get fucking floored. He got floored by a wide receiver, bro.
And that's a good point by Raider Ben. If we were going to put Tyree at DT, we should have just
Jalen Carter.
Right. I mean,
I was saying that shit on draft day, bro. I was like, I don't care about these so-called red flags. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying, I don't think he's got the frame for a defensive tackle. Like, he seems more of a long and lengthy end kind of guy. But, you know, with saying that, like, you were talking about the interior before. Like, yeah, I've gotten on the interior many times throughout the course of the regular season. But at least with the last game, Jenkins was starting to emerge as a guy who's pretty decent. And Nesta Silvera in his debut, I thought he showed some things, which is very positive because I saw more of that one game than I've seen from any of these other three cats that we drafted in the last 2 years.
I don't know. I've been
Yeah,
hearing
you look better.
This is the best draft class we've had in a long time, and I don't see it.
Yeah.
It's still early days. But like we're still waiting for a guy to
talking
emerge. The best of the bunch is Ja'Cory Bennett, and you know he's had his ups and downs, but he's not exactly a day dot game changer yet. You know what I mean? And we just haven't had that like we have in previous drafts. But you know, it's still early.
Better.
My favorite of all those draft picks is motherfucking Nesta.
I mean, this is what happens, bro, when you're hurt and you don't get those OTAs, you don't get that time in preseason, you come in there pretty rusty. And Tyree has done real well. We need him to step the fuck up because Chandler Jones is not on the team anymore. The dude completely went batshit nuts. And now we have Tyree Wilson who needs to come in and step in that spot. That's pretty much the reason why we drafted him, I figured. You know, so the writing was already on the wall. It just happened sooner than we thought. Well, now we need to throw him into the fire, bro, and let him and Kuntz flip-flop. You know what I mean? Share the snaps. And, yeah, I mean, we did get Byron Young. Where the fuck has he been? You know what I mean? Like...
was like I said, I saw more from Nesta in that last game than I've seen from Byron Young in 3 games. And most definitely more than the likes of Neil Farrell and Malcolm Butler in their whole rookie season.
Hey, and I want to speak up for fucking Jerry Tillery right quick. Hey, that shit needed to be done, and the only reason why the fuck he got ejected was because he was a fucking Raider. That's what I want to see, dude. Maybe not at the extent of what the hell you did it, because you should have waited until later. You know what I mean? To do some shit like that. But hey, you floored that motherfucker out of bounds. I applaud you. Thank you for hitting that son of a bitch.
That's the Raider way. That's the Raider way.
Justin Herbert. I'm glad Tillery lit his ass
It's
up.
a Raider way, but when the game is away from us, not when we're trying to get back into the game, and we almost took that game away.
Hey, right
for me,
thing to
like
do, wrong time.
I didn't like it because we were still in the game. You know what I mean? Like,
That's true.
do that shit when the game's away from us, like when Richard Seymour, Iron Palm Ben Roethlisberger. You know what I mean?
Or do that shit in the very beginning of the game so you can make an effect. Like if you're going to take the quarterback out, like Al Davis used to say. And for some time in the first few plays of the game, the quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard. That's how you set it up.
And he must go down hard.
And that's the thing though, is like, to me, I don't think he should have been removed from the game because the hit wasn't that bad. I mean, if you put fucking pads on, dude, if you can't take a little shove like that where, you get a little airborne, then what you on the field for? I mean, fuck, dude, I'm 130 pounds. Every time I get hit, I go airborne, bro. I'm fucking going to get right back up. You know what I mean? Shit.
Hit on,
when you hit the ground, you're only hitting with the force of 130 pounds, bro.
Exactly. I'm not going to get completely hurt. I mean, but come on, man. They protect these quarterbacks way too much, dude. And it's, you could see our quarterback gets lit the fuck up. They don't throw no flags, but we fucking hit a quarterback and there's like laundry all over the field. And it's apparent they hate us no matter where we play. LA, Las Vegas.
I don't know. We've had some sucker ass calls this year too. That one on Minkah Fitzpatrick on Jimmy Garoppolo on that blitz. That wasn't a penalty. We got away with that one.
Yeah. I mean, he did hit with his shoulder first. He
went through the shoulder. I mean, he did he did exactly the way they say to do it.
At the end of the day, are we going to pull we're losing because of the ref card, though? I mean, I'm not going to give us that pass. No.
We're losing because we're a shit organization and we don't prepare for these things.
Our coach don't want to make adjustments and shit. That's what the fucking moron this shit. You think after the first 2 sacks he would have been like, maybe we should double team Khalil Mack or get somebody to chip him and shit. But nah, let's not do that. Let's just keep fucking throwing the ball and shit with our rookie quarterback. It's fucking stupid as fucking. He's a fucking moron, just like this.
Yeah, dude.
And we have a running back that's decent at fucking blocking, bro. You can have him chip over there. Yeah, Josh Jacobs chip Mac when he's coming off the edge, bro. Nope, we ain't doing none of that. Facts for T. I said when I was at the game, he only got thrown out because we were in LA. Okay, got it.
Oh, my bad. Because he was an ex-Charger, because he was an ex-teammate. But come on, man. Like, that hit wasn't that fucking bad. It wasn't like Tony Siragusa falling on Rich Gannon.
Oh my god, I fucking hate. Oh my god, that's what rest in peace. But still, oh man,
that fat motherfucker. You know what I mean? But man, I mean, there's really nothing else to talk about, dude. Let's just hope that we have a fucking great game and that they completely turn it around. I did see a comment in here fucking hoping that, that we're wrong. I am also the first one to tell you to hope that I'm fucking wrong, because I'd be a lot happier if I was wrong about this shit. I really would.
If McDaniels is winning, that means we're winning. And that's what we all want, right?
And winning cures all. That's what we all want, man.
But if he's not winning, we get somebody in here who's going to win.
Right.
And the infighting within the Raider Nation, we have some of the most dedicated fans and some of the most dedicated fan base that any sport has ever seen. But the problem is that we're gullible. And we buy everything that somebody will tell us. Well, sometimes we just got to consider the source. Sometimes you got to consider the source. And when Josh McDaniels obviously interviews very well, because obviously that's the only reason why he's had a chance to be a head coach 3 times, because everybody forgets about the time when he was supposed to be the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts.
Yep.
He must interview real well. But I'll tell you this, man, he is not a fucking coach. He's a coordinator at best. And the Patriot way, well, you can't really do the Patriot way with the New England Patriots B team, which is what we've been trying to do.
Hey, critique. Let me. Since we've been bringing up the Patriot way, let me ask somebody out there, anybody, what have the Patriots ever? Let me emphasize, ever done in their history without Tom Brady? So is it the Patriot way, or is it the Tom Brady way?
What Bill Belichick said was Tom Brady was the Patriot way. And I know that guy doesn't talk much, and I don't like him, but when he speaks, I listen. So to me, that's exactly what that told me, is that Tom Brady was the Patriot way.
That can mean a whole lot of different
anything
things.
After Tom Brady left?
Nothing. Did Tom Brady win after he left?
Yes.
What's that Raider Ben saying about Jim Irsay and Josh McDaniels? I never heard that once.
Okay, so what?
Jim Irsay was doing coke in Daniel's bathroom and was trying to fuck his wife.
So look. I don't know about either one of those two, but there is
Peyton Hillis, by the way.
That is kind of factual, but I don't know about the details. So this thing goes is like, Jim Irsay was at Josh McDaniels' house, like they were discussing like signing the contract and everything. They had I guess they came to an agreement, and I guess Jim Irsay had to take a shit. Nobody knows what he was doing in the bathroom, but they say he was in the bathroom for a hella long, like for an extended amount of time. Now, when I think of extended amount of time in somebody else's bathroom, I think more than 30 minutes. So either she had some really bad food and you had to go blow the fucking bathroom up, or you was beating your shit because you really liked her, or like, I don't know, or you was really getting high. I don't know what was going on in there, but it was some weird shit going on. And that was the reason that Josh McDaniels blacked out.
Coke though? Yes.
It shouldn't take no more than 30 seconds. I mean, shit.
Right. 30 minutes is more of you're taking a big lava dump.
You know what I'm saying?
You're probably snorting a bunch of fucking coke that had baby laxative in it. Stop fucking snorting the shit that's cut, bruh. What the fuck?
Yeah, he was definitely doing some weird shit. Nobody knows what that weird shit was, but it was yeah. Well, you're at somebody's house on a business deal, and you're in their bathroom for 30 minutes or more.
Well, I'll tell you what, bro. I mean, I kind of side with McDaniels if that's what was really happening. I guess I wouldn't have taken that job either. But damn, man, I kind of really wish he would have took that job, because he would have tanked them instead of tanking us. Exactly. So, fuck, dude. To me, he hasn't proven a damn thing as a head coach. And until he does, I'm going to be critical.
For sure. I'm right there with you. And I the one thing that just boggles my mind is that there's still like a minority of people who will live and die by his sword and like put the blame everywhere else but with McDaniels. Like it's like he can do no wrong. Like he's just a guru,
not McDaniels' fault.
Messiah. It's like everybody's else's fault. It's the players, it's his assistant coach, it's the organization. But there's no fault.
Yeah, because the players call the plays.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that. But like I'm gonna try and, even though we seem like we're being pretty negative for the most part, and we have every right to be, I'm gonna try and stay patient. Like maybe he can turn it around. There's still time. But yeah, I'm right there with you. He was never my guy, and he still hasn't proven to me that he's anything other than not what I wanted him to be.
This team is fully on the freeway going the wrong way, bro. We got to get off, turn around, get back on the freeway, then get back up to speed. We're on I-5 freeway going to LA, but somehow we're going towards San Francisco.
Well, that's what I keep saying. We've been doing nothing but trending downwards, and I'm not asking him to go all the way to the moon, even though that would be the bullseye. But like, we've got to at least show some kind of progression, just a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, it can't just be.
Well, just show me that you're actually getting
progression.
Just show me that you're actually getting the system. I mean, if the players aren't getting the system, does that fall on the coaches not being able to, produce what they're trying to get out of these players? Or is it that the players just aren't getting it? I mean, or maybe it's a little bit of both.
It's the coaches coming in trying to force a system on players that aren't compatible with it. Like what Mike McDaniel did when he went to Miami, he went down there and saw what he had as far as personnel and implemented his system according to the personnel that he had. Josh McDaniels is trying to come in here and implement his personnel according to the system that he has. And that's going to take a long time to do. It's going to take 5 years just to get his guys that he says.
And I don't know about y'all, man, but I mean, as much as we pounded the table to get Josh Jacobs back in here, he's been a fucking disappointment this year. He seems like he's getting better as each game that goes on, and he didn't really get his footing last year until about week 4. You know, I'm just hoping he can turn it around, because if we have a decent running game, that takes a whole lot of heat off of the passing game. With our quarterback not having a fucking big arm, they're stacking the box, though, so I don't see how in the hell we're going to get out of this.
Well, my theory on Josh Jacobs is that... Go ahead, Afkazi.
You go.
No, you go ahead, big dog. I've been talking hella over people and shit. My bad.
Me too, man. My bad. All right. Look, I was just going to say real quickly, at least with Jacobs, he has been... He's at least showing what he can do if he's given sufficient space. I mean, look what he's doing in the pass catch game. I mean, he's shaking people off. He's making good yardage. You know what I mean? Like, and for me, it's like, well, yeah, he hasn't been doing it as well in the run game, but that run block game with the offensive line, like, that's not just bad, it's atrocious. I have never seen run blocking, especially in that Bills game, that bad in my time as a Raider fan. And so, you know, some people have even been saying, like, it's not just the Raiders, but it's also some of the worst run blocking they've ever seen in their life. And it hasn't really been much better every other game, other than the Chargers game, where it was at least doing sufficiently, and even then it wasn't really lighting the house on fire, you know what I'm saying? So, but look, you know, Josh Jacobs, he needs to get going for sure. Anyways, sorry.
Josh Jacobs is my dude and shit, right? And I'm not trying to say anything bad about him, but would you say that, you know, it would be feasible, or even, you know, would this be probable scenario? Maybe Josh isn't given 100% like he did last year, because last year they promised him that if you do this and this, we'll reward you. And they rewarded him by franchise tagging him. So he's like, man, fuck that. I don't want to get franchise tagged again. In the prime of my career, he's only got like 2 more good years left. He's a running back in the NFL. He's already in year 5. Running back career is supposed to already be over, and he's still going strong.
Yeah, but why would he
not going to want to get franchised?
Why would he re-sign a 1-year contract and not just
he
sit
had no
out?
Choice. It's either sign with the Raiders or you don't get to play at all.
Well, then he could have sat out and you know, wait until he hits free agency next season, where he still has maximum value. If he's playing again and playing like dog shit, when he gets a contract next year, he's not going to get a bag. It's going to be a very minimal contract. So it's not in his best interest.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I didn't take that into account.
Because I would think that he would actually be playing to get a contract, whether it's here or anywhere else. So he's going to have to kick it in gear if he's really expecting to get a bag, regardless on who pays him. So the only difference that I see, actually, I got a question for all y'all before we get out of here, man. If the offensive line starts playing better, does this team turn it around? We're going to go with you first, bro.
I believe so, but it's kind of hard to trust after what we've been seeing the first couple of games. You know what I mean? I mean, this whole offensive line is horrible, and I don't know what the fuck happened to it. We're supposed to have one of the best offensive line coaches in the second year in the system, like you said earlier, and just amazes me how lost, confused we are. Sometimes we can't even pick up the blitzes or the stunts, and it just pisses me off, and it shocks me because it all starts with the coaching. You know what I mean? If the coaches allow it in practice, they're allowing it to happen in games and shit. So hopefully, you know what I mean, if the offensive line gets it together, I mean, Josh Jacobs can get going, which means that Jimmy Garoppolo has time to get the ball down the field. But, you know what I mean, it all starts and ends with the offensive line, but we'll see what happens.
Good answer. Yeah, I agree with your sentiments. I mean, if we can get our offensive line to play to their top 10 potential, then yeah, I mean, it's going to do a lot for, especially like maybe it would help our QB play to be more efficient, because right now it has been anything but, whether it's been Jimmy G or you know, look, I'm not going to get on AOC. It was his first game, young cat, he's still got time, but you know, we need better efficiency from the quarterback play. And then maybe that might open things up. Like, and Josh Jacobs, like we need him to get going. So those are my three things. Yeah, offensive line, quarterback efficiency, and running back. Because the wide receivers for the most part, like Devontae's doing his thing. Jacoby Myers has been a pleasant surprise. It sucks that Hunter Renfrow hasn't been getting more involved, but like I keep hoping and waiting for that to change week by week. And our tight ends, I don't know, man. Like just do something. You know what I mean? Like I haven't seen much of anything from them. Like granted, they haven't really been getting targeted, but we all had high hopes from Michael Mayer to be a maybe game changing tight end right from the jump, and it's been a little underwhelming if I'm going to be honest. But yeah.
So what do you think, Ern? We replace this offensive line starts playing better. Do we turn this around?
I don't know about turning it around. I think we play much better and we win more games than we're going to win right now. But I think a lot of this falls on the coaching. The reason I say this is like, okay, so on defense, where Patrick Graham has the freedom to run the defense is not that bad. They're not great. They're probably not even good, but they're not bad. You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like this play calling and the micromanaging that Josh McDaniels does with his quarterbacks is going to hold us back. When you're telling the quarterback where to throw it, no matter what, where to throw it and when to throw it, you're not going to be successful, bro. You have to take the fucking kid gloves off these quarterbacks. This is the NFL, bro. If they didn't know how to play quarterback, they wouldn't even fucking be here. Just to be in the NFL, you're in the fucking top 2 or 3% in the world at your craft. So it's like take the kid gloves off of these guys and let them play. I mean, specifically with the quarterback. We could see what happened with Derek Carr last year. I mean, when Derek Carr had freedom to run the offense the year before under Rich Bisaccia, we was winning games. He was bringing in comebacks and all kind of shit. Looking probably, the second best he's ever looked in his career. And then Josh McDaniels comes in here and he just looks like a fucking average. He looks like Zach Wilson or somebody. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at common denominators there. And then now look at these quarterbacks. You took Jimmy Garoppolo, a quarterback that was Mr. Efficient and took a team to the fucking Super Bowl, and now he looks like Zach Wilson. You go draft Aiden O'Connell, and then he looks like fucking a quarterback from Laney College. And then I was watching old videos of Josh McDaniels from when he was with the Broncos. In one of his player meetings, he told the whole team, he's like, don't worry about us getting rid of Jay Cutler. I could take any quarterback and make him an all-pro. Okay, let's see you make one of these guys a fucking all-pro, Mr. Josh McGenius.
I'm saying, man, his ego, bro. His ego is bigger than Andy Reid's fucking waistline. And I mean, it's real talk, dude. This guy has just. I hope he can turn it around, but I feel more like how Jay feels over here. McDenver's coaching won't improve. And we've seen it too many times. Let's hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? But let's expect the worst. Because honestly, that's kind of what we've seen already. So, I got one last question here before we fucking cut out. How long, if this keeps up, does Josh McDaniels hold this position?
Fired him yesterday.
Afakazi?
Where are we at? So we're at 1-3, right?
Right.
If we go to 1-5, 1-6, the noise is going to get real loud. Maybe 1-7. That's when he's up out of here. But for me, as the season as a whole, I've said it a few times. My very flaw, what I find to be at least the very least acceptable, is 6 wins, which is a lateral from last year, and that's barely scraping in, and that's not something I'm happy with. But I think 6 wins will save his job. Anything under that, 5 wins or below, get him up out of here. Start fresh, start anew. I'm not waiting any longer. I'm not waiting any longer to see this ship sinking deeper and deeper with this regime. But 6 wins is my flaw. Very, very flaw.
Pull up that comment by 3 times real quick for me. Ern talking about Carr and defending him. Ha ha ha. What else is new? I just defended Aiden O'Connell, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Derek Carr all as the same quarterback. So how is that just singling out and defending Derek Carr? I was saying that Josh McDaniels could take any quarterback and make him look like trash. That was the whole thesis of the whatever. Take out of what you're going to get.
Raider Twan kind of, reiterates the same thing. I mean, literally, he has made all of our quarterbacks kind of look the same. But this is also probably part of the reason why Hunter Renfro's only been targeted, 6 times? 5 times? He hasn't been targeted anywhere near enough, and it's because there is a designed receiver for every Josh McDaniels play that Josh McDaniels wants you to throw to. He doesn't let the offense play their game. He expects them to be robotic, to play to his scheme, even if their skill set does not match it. This is what we're seeing.
That's why you see players running up the field wide open, because he's told not to throw it over there, no matter what.
Anthony, salute. I think 3 times CJ.
What's going on, bro? What's going on, Anthony Estrada? Nice to see you, bro. Jack, I want to shout out the chat, bro. And look, even 3 times does agree with that, Ern. You know what I'm saying? So I think we all do agree.
That's the first time he's ever agreed with me in like a whole year. That's the first time he's ever agreed with me, bro.
So that's fucking success. That's absolutely motherfucking success that we actually all believe that at one point in time, our offensive line is probably at fault. That's actually good, dude, because you know what? We haven't agreed on shit this last 2 years. We ain't agreed on shit. We've been at each other's throats. And, finally, at least we're all starting to come back to earth a little bit. And we're starting to see exactly what this team is forming out to be, which is exactly what we all feared.
Big time.
And, I mean, hey, man, I want everybody to I want all y'all to understand, bro, this is the Raider Critique, but I am Raider Riot Gun. The Raider Critique is the actual show. All right? Raider Earn, you already know. Alpha Casa, you already know. Aunt 6, you already know. We are the Raiders World Order, baby. And this is how we're going to fucking break this shit out, man. Because we want to win. In all actuality, we might be Captain Negatives over here, but we all feel the same way all y'all do. We just want to fucking win. We've seen too much of this dumpster fire for far too goddamn long. And we got to do it on all 3 portions of this game, bro. Special teams, defensively, and offensively. And I don't think any of us are going to be happy until we do.
Don't care how, don't care why. Just win, baby. That's always been our motto, right? And I agree with your comment there, Raider Ben. We're losing because we're losing in the trenches on both sides of the ball, period. Yeah, for sure. But defensive line actually looked better against the Chargers last week. I'll give them credit. Like I said, Crosby's going to do his thing. Tyree Wilson actually, I've critiqued him quite a bit, but he at least showed some things last week. Jenkins was a pleasant surprise, and Nesta Silvera, when he took the field, I thought he did pleasantly well. But that offensive line has still been a real major disappointment.
Yeah, man, I'm going to go ahead and end it on this, man. I appreciate all y'all for coming in, man. Alpha Kasi, Aunt 6, go ahead, man. Tell everybody where they can find you. I'm pretty sure that everybody in our chat already, these are all guys who are all subbed to us already. But, anybody who's new here, they might want to check you out, bro.
And before anything, guys, I just got one last thought. There's something really going on in the nation that I'm worried about, and I just want to bring up real quick and shit. And that's all the fentanyl use going on. That people are smoking fentanyl like Dustin. That over here thinking that Josh McDaniels is the greatest head coach in the history. You know what I mean? So, guys, don't be like Dustin. Don't be smoking no fentanyl, okay? Because you're gonna have your head all the way Josh McDaniels' ass. So don't be like Dustin, and don't be like them, and don't go to the Death Star report for your inside information. That's all, folks.
He's definitely slapping you at the game now on 6.
Oh my god, that was classic. That need to be clipped. Shit. I don't really have much, bro. Go subscribe to my homies, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you want to subscribe to me, check it out. Go to my Instagram, go to Westside Media 510. I got big booties clapping. I got people falling on their face. I got funny shit. I got fine chicks. I got the whole shit. Go over there and go check me out. Other than that, if you don't do Instagram, subscribe to one of my 3 brothers right here.
Yeah, my boy Sebastian said it best.
Salute. And I was just in the middle of giving my piece to On Six had to say what he had to say. Yeah, look, Afagazi Raider. I see all the names. You guys already follow me, but in case you don't, that's AFAKASI Raider. Do my shows with On Six, my boy. Shout out to Raider Joe, as well as Critique comes on my panel. Westside, he's been on my panel before, as well as in the chat feed.
Mm-hmm.
But I see all the names like Raider Band, Seabass, Willie Wayne, Tubby Chile. Although Tubby Chile, I haven't seen you in a little while on my channel, but it's good to see you in the feed. Raider Band, Seabass, that's my guy. You're all like fuck with me, so it's not really much point in me plugging my channel, but it's there in case anybody who's watches the feed wants to come around to my side of town.
And I've got his link right down here at the bottom, just in case. I had that posted up on the last show, so had it on the ticker, on the example banner.
That button from my partner.
Yep, I'm gonna have to get everybody in there, especially you, bro. Fucking, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are gonna want to hit you up after those golden nuggets you dropped.
Someone's gonna be hitting him up literally at the game. Apparently,
allegedly making threats and shit that he's gonna beat me up in Mitchell Rents when he came and find himself out of a bag and shit.
He didn't say that, did he?
He did say that, though. He literally did.
Well,
bruh, that's like Squidward making threats on somebody and shit.
That's like having something.
You know that guy from Spaceballs?
Yeah. That's him.
Assholes. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Oh man, it's a great show, guys. Great show.
Oh, God. Well, anyway, this has been your pregame episode for the Raiders and Packers right here on the Raider Critique with all of my brothers here, Raider Earn, Apakasi, Aunt Six. Man, it's going to be a long season, everybody, but just remember, if you want it and you want it straight, you're going to come here, man, where we tell the truth with intensity. And we don't drink the corporate Kool-Aid. But if you want fucking smoke and shit blown up your ass, you know where to go. There's plenty of other shows out there that'll do it.
That's
we got the smoke, but we ain't blowing it up your ass, though.
It's been absolutely fun jumping in here with y'all, man. And I appreciate everybody for jumping in, man. All my brothers and sisters who are in the chat, all of our brothers and sisters who are in the chat who came in here to share this Saturday with us. Let's get this W against this Packers team and let's flip this shit around, or else we're going to be back here after Monday Night Football pretty much sounding like a broken record like what it sounded last week against the Chargers. So I'd like to be able to put a smile on my face that's not entertained by jokes from the panel.
I think the most laughing we're going to get with this team this year is laughing at them, bro.
Yeah, and that's probably what's up, bro. I'm gonna go and jump on Black Saturday tonight just to get a little bit of party time in before we have to watch this game tomorrow. I don't know if I want to be sober when this game happens tomorrow, bro.
Monday.
Fucking and see, and now we have to wait a whole nother day. I love having Mondays, but I got to go to work, which means I got to fucking deal with all them bullshit ass pools. So I'm going to be good, rightfully pissed off by the time I get home. And then if we start playing like shit, it's going to be like the icing on the cake. So if
on national TV in front of everybody,
what do you guys think about doing a post game on Tuesday, say around 8 p.m. Central Standard Time?
I feel like a good laugh.
I'm going to be doing a post game with On Six, and shout out to Raider Joe around what time did we say? About 2 o'clock? Was it 4 o'clock?
3, something like that. I don't know. We got to check with Joe again. I forgot.
We're going to be doing one earlier, but we're more than happy to come and pull up to your side of town when we finish.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, man.
When did you say you guys want to do it?
Really, I always do this shit as spur of the moment, bro. It's pretty much whenever everybody is available. If we fucking lose in dramatic fashion, I'm looking to get on camera faster than anything because I am so full of fucking rage at that moment that I gotta get it out, you know? But if, you know, I'm cool with Tuesday around 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. It gives me the opportunity to, you know, because everybody knows I really don't work. I make backdrops at work. I don't really do shit. So...
Anthony, On Six is on my channel when we do content together. So if you YouTube search my name, I've seen you in a lot of feeds. I don't think I've seen you in mine. So if you haven't, if you could come to my channel, you'll see a lot of On Six doing this thing. It's AFAKASI Raider, Afakazi Raider. That's what we do.
Yeah, man. So yeah, nope, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry, Jack. That's not what I was trying to highlight, bro. I killed 3 chickens. No, that was the wrong one too. Let's see. There we go. He wants Aunt Six's link. He will subscribe. So yeah, just go to Afakasi's channel, man. You'll find Aunt Six there. And Aunt Six pretty much shows up every pregame and postgame with Afakasi at the Raiders World Order. You know, that's where you'll catch them, man. And then, of course, we're going to periodically be doing shows with our brothers in the near future because I have to say, bro, I love the way this panel works out. I think we all get along real well. I think that this is a match made in heaven, if I might say so myself. So, and I've been on here fucking about as long as anybody. You know what I mean? And I've been searching quite a while. You know what I mean? For people that I truly have chemistry with on camera, and I think I found them. Really have. So I enjoy
doing up with you, Critique. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, definitely enjoy doing more shows like this in the future, guys, for real. And like I said, man,
my man, Anthony.
Raider Critique, bro. We don't drink the corporate Kool-Aid. We tell the truth with intensity, and we hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their weekend. And let's hope for a W on Monday, bro.
For real.
Yes, indeed.
Have a good one, guys. God bless. And lay off the fennel, Dustin. Ow!
Happy birthday, 2-4. Charles Woodson. Good job, man. Let's go.
Y'all have a good one. We'll see you Tuesday.
All right. Peace, gang. Catch up for later.
Later on, my friends. Later on. So that has been your post-game episode of the Raider Critique. I hope everybody has enjoyed this episode. I know that I have. Let's hop into the outro, man. And remember, if we can't win on the field, the least we can do is win in the parking lot. It's Raider Nation for life, baby. Let's go get this dub.